Okay, I'm Sean Epstein, and I'm up here with At War, a speed metal band out of Virginia Beach. And who am I speaking to?
I'm Paul Arnold. I'm the bassist and vocalist.
Sean Nelson, guitars.
Okay, and well, first off, when did At War get together?
Well, At War was formed out of a band that used to play the local bar scene around here called Parallax, and it was pretty far removed from what we're doing now. It was like five members at one time, and everybody started getting different ideas about what they wanted to do. Me and Paul pretty much had one-track minds as far as going in the death direction, and that came to a split between the members back then, and we decided to take on a whole new direction.
Right around February 1984.
That was it, yeah.
Like what you used to sound like, commercial metal, or?
Not commercial, just the heaviest stuff that was happening back then. The Maiden, and we did some Rods, stuff like that. We just mostly played covers.
We did a lot of the same type bands that other bands did, but we always did the heavier songs, the songs that other bands wouldn't cover. Like they do the mainstream songs you hear 50 hours a day, and we would always do the ones that they wouldn't touch because either they couldn't play it or it was too heavy, or they were afraid they'd get kicked out of the little bar they were playing or something.
Okay, so what's happened to these other guys that used to be in At War? What are they doing?
Well, another guitar player we used to have, he's out in California now. He's going to a guitar institute.
Yeah, MIT. He's doing really well.
He's pursuing his musical, the direction he wanted to go in, and he's making that happen for him. And the singer we used to have, his whereabouts unknown.
He's gained about 150 pounds from what I heard, and has around 3 kids now, and is becoming the meatloaf of metal, so to say.
Are there any hard feelings between you and the past members, or?
Well, we kind of joke around a lot about the guy, but I guess not really.
He's a cool guy, except for he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Confess
received a lot of attention. I saw like reviews off in magazines all over the world, like about how many copies of that got out.
I think the last count was like close to like 3,500. We had a distribution agreement with Important Records in New York, and they took care of getting rid of a lot of them. And I don't know why, but I guess maybe the way that the packaging and the production on it was above standard for most demos. Because I know I received some things that were pretty wild, you know.
Also, that's just what we threw out there, and then from what we heard and the letters we received, there was like countless pirate copies too, man.
Like we were in LA
copying
mastering the album, and this guy we did an interview with said that, did you know that, well, he asked me how many tapes we'd sent to LA, and at the time I told him maybe 2 or 3. And he goes, well, there's probably about anywhere from 300 to 500 out here. And I was like, what?
Really? We only sent 3 or 4.
He said it was like one of the most popular underground demos in LA at the time. And I was like, wow. So I guess the tape traders really get around.
Do you like have a problem with people doing that? I know like Metallica hates stuff like that. Do you do you mind bootleggers? They like get the word out about you, or what's your opinion on them?
Well, we might at this stage in the game, and a little more in the future, we'd probably mind it because it's a little bigger scale. But with the first demo, we didn't really mind because that was the purpose of getting the demo out for everybody to hear music and stuff. So if they want to pirate it, back then we said,
but
great.
When it comes to albums and stuff that's actually us, like even the compilation, it's like buy the record or tape it, because it really, people don't really think about it. They go, I get it for free, whatever. And it's cool that way because I used to do it all the time. But now that it's actually our stuff, it kind of sucks because it does take away big time. It can really kill a band, especially as big as tape trading is these days.
What do you think about live bootlegs and stuff?
That I don't really mind because it's
not much you can do about it anyway.
And they don't really get that far. They're not that big a thing. I mean, a lot of people have them. And it's usually between tape traders. Well, I've got a live At War tape, or I've got a live Slayer or something. I'll trade you this for that, type thing. It's usually between a small amount of people. It's not something that, like a record store, someone will bootleg themselves, like I've heard them doing with our demo up in New York and stuff.
You got to look at the good side of it because there's no stopping it. So you got to figure it's getting more people to listen to it.
Okay, next you had a song that was on a compilation, and how'd that come about?
Well, we put the demo out, and it was circulating for a while, and next thing we started getting all kinds of contract offers from all different kinds of labels, unheard ofs, the bigger ones, and like Combat, Metal Blade, and all them other ones, and they just asked if we wanted to use it. Like, hell yeah, let's go for it. It was a real fair, simple contract. It wasn't anything like you needed 10 lawyers to decide what the hell it was. So we said go for it because we just figured do nothing but promote the stuff even further, which it did.
And now that your new album's out, how have sales of that album been? Your debut?
The debut. Well, the LP was put out about a month ago, I guess now, and from what I understand, it's doing really well. And I don't know exact numbers, but I think it's like up to around like the 10,000 mark now. And the cassette was released about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And that's been charted as selling even faster than the LP was because the way things are going these days in the record business is people buying tapes more than they are albums, and we look for that to go even higher.
It's still a little early to tell too because the album release got delayed so bad. I mean, we were done with the album and finished and sent it off 6 months before it was released, and so it's hard to tell this early. Like you said, it's been out about a month.
Do you think your label's pushing you well, or are you satisfied with what they're doing for you, or do you think there could be more?
Yeah, well, they're treating us great. They're treating us really good lately.
Definitely, I think they've really sort of taken us under their wings, so to say. They have this thing every year on New Music Symposium. I'm sure you might have been involved with that here and there. But a guy I know up in New York called me and told me that when he went there, that as soon as you walk in the door, you get this package from New Renaissance, and they said it was mostly like 50% At War. And he said they're doing a really good job promoting, and that really gives me a good feeling to know that they're doing that, and that people all around are doing it. We get letters. We're starting to get letters from everywhere. People wanting this, wanting that. So I guess they're doing a pretty good job.
Take heed come the morning. faking, faking, lie and murder, self-gain, fight wars, pay whores just to please you, false brain, closed eyes, you'll die, don't sleep at night, we're there to meet your maker, it's a pleasure, we care. Until we bring this dawn of death, things you can look for, you know damn well they'll be with you, oppression, hate, and war. Nightly vigils, watching your moves, scheming the outcome, will stun, ending your life to meaning. We've masked, will last, here to conquer your past, your rules. For fools, understand this, we rule. Until we bring that dawn of death, these things you can look for, you know damn well they'll be with you, oppression, hate, and war.
Then we're going to Texas, Cleveland, and then we're going to Texas with Nasty Savage for about 4 dates, and hopefully we'll be recording a live EP out there. But and hopefully sometime around February we'll be going to Europe with Hallows Eve for about 15 or 20 dates. That hasn't been confirmed yet,
Yeah,
but
that's still
it's in the workings, and it looks very possible.
How'd that come up? Are you friends with Hallows Eve? Or?
Oh, yeah, very good friends. I've been talking to Tommy Stewart for a long time now. We've been trying to get something up, a tour, an Outwar Hallows Eve tour for a long time, and it's been real hard because Hallows Eve's at a point now where they've been in the business and they're tired of taking the sort of the crap from the industry, and they're sort of demanding things now, and they're having a little bit of a hard time getting gigs because of it, but it's starting to work out now because they finally got a manager and things are starting to roll along, and we're right along with them because we've stuck with them for so long.
And do you maybe see yourself moving up in a label, like maybe like Metallica did, or anything like that, or maybe being on Def Jam Records?
I hope.
The money's there and they want to offer it to us. Hell yeah, we'll eat it up with a fork and spoon.
It's hard to say. I don't like to look that far in the future because you might be looking down the dead end street, then again you might be looking at a path of gold. It's hard to say. I hate to make speculations on that because you could really make yourself sound like a real asshole, saying the wrong things. I don't know. I hope so. That's all I can say.
Okay, I read one interview from a while back where you were getting into the sex lives of Outwar, and we're talking about some of the real hefty redneck women who would hit on you. Is this still happening, or are you like moving up in your women and the quality of women?
Yeah, well, because of the main outbreak of the AIDS fear and things like that, we kind of try to keep a lower profile and things like that.
We ain't got no hefty women.
That was sort of a
was
shaded
a joke.
incident there. We try to keep that to a minimum.
You got any other good stories from the road or anything for us?
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Getting pulled over in New Jersey.
Really, license plate Outwar, all this stuff on the, all this.
We got
bumps
we
in
were
the
searching
back.
our bags for weapons and stuff. We found a couple bullets on the floor in there.
A couple little 22
Oh,
bullets.
no.
These hollow points are illegal in the state of New Jersey. Oh, damn, I didn't know they were in there. And he goes,
The guy who was driving our other vehicle, he gave him the sobriety test, and he kind of failed disastrously.
Yeah.
We thought we were fried.
we were like, man, what the hell? Because we were driving on the passing lane in the New Jersey Turnpike, and being from Virginia, we had no idea that it was only for passing. We were just cruising, and the way the road's been driven so much, it's like 2 giant crevices in the road, and my van had sort of a front end problem, and I'd get in there and I'd hit some of these little bumps and would jerk the van around like I was drunk or something, and the cop decided to pull me over and just check me out.
Drunken bums.
Then he wants to search the whole van for weapons, and I was like, well, I'm sorry, I left my 50mm anti-aircraft at home, and
He was
I'm
digging
like,
beer cans underneath the seat, throwing them over his back.
Do Do you think cops get paranoid when they're around you or see you in public?
No, I think they get the opposite. They're looking for something to get us for.
Really?
So we have to really walk on thin ice, so to say.
Like the guys here, dude.
Are you like hassled constantly to the point where you almost want to cut your hair or anything?
No way, never.
I never get like that. But I know this one cop. He was, first I didn't know what to think. He looked like a rookie, and maybe he was in the Marines at one time, and he was like, ready for something, But he told me, he goes, when we get to the next rest stop, I want you to take that roach gun and get rid of it when it was in your ashtray. And I was like, well, I asked him, he didn't tell me where it was. So where'd you see a roach gun? He goes, it was in your ashtray. And I was like, wow, okay. So I didn't want to argue with him by going, I wasn't a roach gun, it was an alligator clip. Nah. So I looked in the damn ashtray, and they were sitting there right next to the roach clip with one still in it was like 3 roaches. So he was really being cool by letting me fly. When if he was really looking for an excuse, he could have had me right there. So I guess he was being all right. But I know if we would have given him any shit, that would have been the ticket he needed.
To slam you in jail. Okay.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, are you keeping up with our local metal scene? And if so, like, what do you think of any of these bands that are around here?
Wow, was there a metal scene here?
Is there what metal scene?
I don't know,
that?
I hear about like, I don't know, I don't want to say they call them metal, but I guess I have to, like, kicking in and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
kicking in. They're real good friends of mine. They one thing I can say for them, and I say this for about any band who goes for that type of thing, is that they're doing original music, which is something that's like taboo in this area, which is very weird for the whole country, because everywhere else you go, if you do cover songs, people laugh at you. You're not going to do nothing. But in Virginia Beach and Tidewater, for that matter, if you don't do cover songs, you're not going anywhere. We go to Cellar Door and talk to them and say, well, what cover songs do you do? I'm like, we got an album out, we're an original band. We do power metal, and they're like,
we can't do nothing for you.
We don't have anything. If they give you a Wild Kingdom playlist and say, if you play this, we'll get you gigs. It's like, well, fuck you. We don't need your shit, But kicking in is good. And if you're talking about like the cover bands like Noise R Us and all them guys,
we like to go spit on them and stuff.
They do what they do well, but it's not the kind of thing I'm gonna go, knock people over to go see.
Okay, what kind of audience do you attract, like, when you play? I'm just wondering, like, do a lot of punks come out to see you?
Oh yeah, we get a lot of hardcores. Dead Aim had a lot to do with that, getting the hardcores into us, because they were like the hardcore cult band, and
hardcore
check out how it works.
It's a good mix.
We get both. When we played in New York, we played with Possessed, and Slayer came out and played. It's like everything. You get the metalhead slamming and the punkers headbanging. Either way, it's like.
It's a good crossover scene happening.
Yeah, really good. All kinds of people show up. I wouldn't be surprised if an 80-year-old man with a mohawk showed up.
Like when you've been out on the road before, like, what kind of people? Same kind of people show up, or like.
It's pretty much.
Is it beginning to get more punkish, or is it always been?
Well,
like
a lot
50,
of things are what it is a lot of the metalheads, or whatever you want to call it, headbangers, are finding out that it's the cool thing to do, quote unquote, to get into the hardcore scene and the slamming scene, and vice versa. Like Joel here is telling us that in England, almost all the punk bands are doing speed metal now because it's the cool thing to do, and it's like a vice versa type thing. And they're just
growing their hair long instead of having a mohawk.
Yeah, and playing more of a speed metal style instead of a punkier style. So it's
a cool crossover, because everybody's kind of mixing in and forming one big crowd instead of having the younglers against the punkers, Instead of having
like
two
it used to
separate
be.
worlds, mix it, and then you get both kinds. Anywhere you play, anywhere a band like us plays, it's usually both, which is great, because that way you get more people and bigger crowd.
There's
more
a feeling of united forces, so to say.
The scene is growing that way. I think it's a pretty good happening.
I hate those cliches.
And I'm just wondering, what kind of bands do you listen to? A lot. Is there anything you like to listen to? I see you wearing a Possessed shirt. So.
I like Possessed. I like COC, DRI. I like Motorhead. Motorhead's one of my favorites. Metallica.
Standards, Motorhead, Slayer, Metallica.
Dead Aim, definitely. Dead Aim. Hell yeah, man. I'm a homeboy freak.
Okay, well, looks like we're coming to a close. You want to say anything or drop an address where people can reach you at, or?
Yeah, you can reach us through Megaton Management at 1979 General Booth Boulevard, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23454. And just keep supporting the underground scene. People like ODU Radio, Dead Aim,
and our album is everywhere. Mother's Record Bar.
Order to Kill. Buy.
Buy the album, buy the tape. If your album or tape is screwed up, then throw it away and buy a new one.
And just keep supporting the scene. It's because it's people like you who read things like this and listen to things like this who keep the whole thing going. Because if it wasn't for you, we'd be out of a job. We'd have to be working construction workers or something.
Okay, thank you very much.